In this video, just to ensure that we're on the same page, I'm going to explain a little bit what I mean about the difference between the Cohen's d's with respect to interpreting an interaction and the difference between the simple main effect t-values and an interaction. So some of you who followed the factorial between subjects ANOVA chapter will know that I suggested that a significant interaction implies that the effect size at one level of the independent variable is statistically significantly different than the effect size at another level of the independent variable. So in this context, the difference here for tidy is statistically significantly different here for untidy if a statistically significant interaction between plants and tidy main effects is observed. And I suggested that you can interpret that as a statistically significant difference between the Cohen's d's. And now in this case, the difference between these two means corresponds to 0.62 as a standardized effect size, and then the difference between these two means is 0.26. So if I found a significant interaction here in this factorial within subjects ANOVA, it would imply that the difference between the Cohen's d's is significantly different from each other. Now, in the within subjects design, because there are correlations across the conditions, it's more accurate to suggest that the differences between the two levels is actually across the t-values. So if I conducted a simple main effect t-test here and a simple main effect t-test here, the significant interaction would imply that the difference is between the t-values. Now that would be true in the factorial design analysis as well. I just introduced the idea from the perspective of effect size because I find it a little bit more insightful. Additionally, you can carry on analyses with testing the difference between t-values, as I show in this chapter, which is a little bit more sophisticated and advanced than something I wanted to introduce in the factorial between subjects ANOVA. So I'm kind of extending things here from Cohen's d to t-values. It kind of means the same thing, but it's especially more accurate in the within subjects factor because of those correlations across the conditions, which is reflected in the t-values, but it's not reflected in the d-values.